Welcome to Life Her Podcast, the podcast that guides you from the 9 to 5 grind to the freedom of your own path. Discover how to conquer life's challenges while pursuing your passions with unwavering faith. Because being an entrepreneur is not easy. So let's get to it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Life Her Podcast. I am so thrilled today to have a powerhouse of talent who's been captivating audiences since 2012, born and raised in Brooklyn, and now taking Atlanta by storm. Bonita has been an amazing singer-songwriter with a voice that resonates deeply. She shares stages with musical icons such as Chris Brown, Monica, Fantasia, and her collaborations with artists such as Cameron and have showcased on her undeniable vocal power. Bonita has graced sold out shows and iconic venues like City Winery. Living in the Brooklyn, it's a whole vibe all the way around. Recognized by major outlets such as Fox News, Upscale Magazine, Huffington Post, and she's also been spotlighted as an artist to watch by BET. Y'all, we welcome Bonita. Hey, girl.
Hey, how you guys doing? Thank you for having me.
Yes. Well, first I want to tell you, your music is a whole vibe. Okay. So before I wanted to interview you, I wanted to listen to your music. And girl,
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna lie, I just been playing it ever since.
Don't just tell me that. Don't get me so like honestly, I like that means so much to me when your art and someone appreciates your art. So do not tell me that because my whole heart will be so excited all day today. I'm gonna be jumping around like, oh my god, like you don't understand. Every person that loves my music is a part of me. Like I just feel a connection to you. So
Well,
thank you.
girl, I am part of you now because
Yes, let's
I be
go.
like, we be needing good music and
Yeah.
like good affirmations, and people don't understand what you listen to and take in. It affects you in some kind of way. In a way, you are such an amazing vocalist, and
Oh,
let
thank you.
alone the words that you say, it means a lot, and
Yeah.
it gives people hope and make them
Mm-hmm.
feel powerful and good.
Yeah.
You just a vibe, okay?
Yes. Thank you. All good vibes, all good energy. Even I smile, even through I might be going through a whole lot, but that's not your problem. I want to be able to share good energy because the world we in right now, you got to find blessings and happiness wherever you can find it. So if that means through listening to some of my music, I'm helping the good cause.
Yeah, girl, you definitely is because you helped this cause over here.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yes, for sure. So, can you share a bit about your upbringing in Brooklyn and how did the environment that you grew up in shape you to you as an artist today?
Oh man, I feel like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Everybody says where they from is the bomb.com. Even though I love Atlanta and I'm probably not going back to Brooklyn no time soon, but just being from there, the concrete, the hustle, the bustle, the groundedness, the realness. Um I feel honored to be from Brooklyn. Like it's every time I say it proudly, no matter what anybody says. I feel like where I come from, the foundation of where I come from, has always been community. Like, even from outside block parties and family and friends and neighbors that become family. I had a really, really good foundation from all the way from, a toddler all the way up until my teenage years, when I left Brooklyn. So yeah, being from Brooklyn is definitely an honor to be a part of that.
That is
Mhm.
amazing. Were there
Yeah.
any family members or like early influences that introduced you to music and encouraged you to pursue your career?
Yeah, I mean, my mother had the ultimate vinyl collection. My grandfather used to be in a gospel singing group. My grandmother was on the choir, gospel choir. She led songs. So it's been in the foundation of me from day one. And my grandmother, my mother, like literally said that I was first of all, I was talking at 10 months. So I was singing, like,
Oh yeah.
so like full sentences at 10 months, they told me.
Ooh.
And I was singing, and they used to put me in the bath. Like they would take, like, give me a bath together because I would want them both to do it, my grandmother and my mom. And they said I will hold this note, and they will hold it with me just to, and I will always beat them. They'd be like out of breath, and I'll still be holding a note as a toddler. So I feel like it was always ingrained in me, music and singing and melody and song. And I'm really grateful for the foundation of my mom and my grandmother, who are my matriarchs, and my aunt, that instilled music in me, all types of music, not just one genre.
Mm. So
Yeah.
were there any particular genres or artists that you listened to as a child that inspired you to, for your sound and style?
Motown was really big in my house. Like my Sweet
Mm.
16, we did a tribute to Motown. Like, come, like it was like, okay, they were like, "What you know about this?" I honestly, it was absolutely amazing. I had six guys, I think, seven, six, seven, and seven. My girls, it was like a wedding, but they did a whole tribute to Motown. We did the Temptations, we did Marvin Gaye and Tammy Lavelle. We did the Supremes. Like when I tell you, it was an absolute beautiful time, and they did an amazing job. To this day, I cannot wait. I'll probably post that somewhere. Yep,
Wow. Was
yep.
there like a pivotal moment or experience in your life where you knew that music was your true calling?
I think the pivotal moment, because I've sung on a choir. I was always the youngest to join the choir. I was 5 years old when I joined, and they wasn't letting any 5-year-olds. But I had an older cousin and friends on there, so they was like, okay, she'll be okay. Um, but I joined the choir at a young age. And then when I went to high school, I auditioned, and they was not letting no freshmen in. But I was the first freshman that they let in, and that was, I think, I made history at Sheepshead Bay. Find out,
Ooh.
but yeah, I think when I turned like 13, 14, I was in this group called R&B, which was my cousin Ranice, my best friend Nicole, and then me was Bonita. So it was R&B. So I was really big. I'm big on play on words and names. And that's when I decided I wanted to take it serious. And then you know how girl groups, when you around the way, they don't always take it serious. And my mom was really like, when I tell you, we were going to auditions. Next had let us backstage. It kind of took us under their wing for a couple of shows and had us backstage. I was sneaking off, me and my other cousin going to meet them at a show where I wasn't supposed to be.
Ooh.
And then it really put that fuel, that fire. I started hosting this TV show called, it was on Brooklyn Access. Shout out to Chris Music Concepts. It was his show called Chris Music Concept. And the first interview I did was Tracy Spencer. And I was in love. I was 15, and I was just like, I want to be a singer. And it
Oh.
was that's when I was like, I'm gonna take this serious.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
good. That's really
Yeah.
good. So what was the first steps you took into like building your career in music, and was there any specific like events, performances, or a person who helped you take that leap?
So many people have helped me along this journey. Like people, even though I'm an independent artist, I cannot do this alone. So I will say a lot of people have helped me on this journey, from me singing on Apollo at 9 years old, all the way to, traveling the world with my gospel choir. I was in Japan, Canada multiple times, with my gospel choir, and having those intricate connections, because half of the musicians that I grew up with singing in the choir, like one of them plays for Maxwell, and I was like, okay, I need tickets, going and getting to meet these big artists out backstage, and we all stay connected in some type of way. And it's the puzzle pieces are coming together now. The more we are building up in the industry, we're starting to come together more. Um, I I'm appreciative of Atlanta, because Atlanta helped me hone my craft, if that makes sense. My
Mhm.
mentor lived here, and he took the time to artist develop me. I mean, put me in a room, made me write a song to the same Isaac Hayes hook. I mean, song track over and over again, until I found the song that he liked. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
until I found that. Even down to as a teenager in high school, singing. I used to be with Dipset, and that same energy of writing songs over and over again. I had like 5 hooks. The first time I got an opportunity to work with Cameron, he had an artist named J.R. Ryder, and they gave me a
Yeah.
track. One of my homegirls used to work there, and they was like, they looking for an artist to sing on this hook, and they gave me the track, and I wrote 4 hooks
Wow.
And I was like, if they don't take the first one, they're gonna take the second one. They don't take the second one, they're gonna take the third one. And he took the first one. And we went to the studio that next week. And then that's when Jewels heard it. And Jewels was like, who is that? I want her to come work on some stuff. He helped me with studio time. Almost 2 years I did not have to pay for studio time. Only thing, I couldn't be there when he was there. And sometimes he would listen to what I've done and be like, he'll give me critique, like, okay, that's dope, or introduced me to other producers. That's how I met Ching Santana. So it's like along this journey, looking back, I've had a
Mhm.
lot of people and blessings and doors open, but I feel like it's all gonna make sense later. It's
Yes,
all gonna
it
make sense later. Yeah.
it definitely will. Now, you mentioned like how people put you in rooms.
Yeah.
Can you explain like how important that is? Because sometimes people will be in a room but not work the room, and they
Hmm.
still will look for someone to like help them get ahead. So, can
Yeah.
you explain to like how important it is when you in that room, you still have to do the work?
So I'm gonna be honest with you. It's crazy because I'm not shy on the stage. I'm really not shy in person, but I'm that type of person. I don't like to force things. I'm that
Yeah.
I'm that person, like, let it flow, come to me kind of person. And honestly, it's all God. Like, literally, he'll, like, it's favor. Like, I'll start talking to a person and just talking to them about, they're like, oh, I like your hat, or I like your outfit, and I'll just randomly start talking to them. Come and find out they'll be the head of this person, like, oh, call this person right now, and they have a show, we want to get you on it, like, it
Yes.
just be, sometimes it don't always be, a lot of times it is talent, big on talent that you even got in the room, but a lot of times it's relationships, it is being authentic.
Yeah.
And that's, I'm really, really big on being authentic. Being sometimes it's hard, especially as
Mm.
an independent artist. I don't have nothing to hide. Like, honestly, I'm private when it comes down to dating and stuff. But recently I had to get out of that as well. Like, it's just all a part of me, and it's also a part of my creativity, and makes me Bonita Jalane.
Mhm.
So I feel like that's the biggest part, is just being yourself. I don't go in there into rooms and put on. When I come into the room, literally, even if I was trying to be like this, somehow, some way, someone's gonna find a way to talk to me, and I'm gonna get to the people that I need to get to.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Being authentic, it means everything. If
Yeah.
people understand like how important it is to be yourself,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
will attract the right people, especially having a
Yeah.
good spirit, that
Mm-hmm.
matters a whole
Mm-hmm.
lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So
So,
yeah, I'm huge on that.
I could tell even like before we started.
Oh, thank you.
I love everything about you at this point.
Oh, I love you too. I was really worried about you yesterday. I was like, oh, is she
Girl.
okay? Yes.
So, being an independent artist, I know like since you've been in the game for so long, do you feel like you have more opportunities now than ever by being an independent artist? Because it's been highlighted so much now in the industry, and a lot of people is gearing towards that a lot more. So, how has that been helping you a lot better? And do you see a difference from back then and now?
Yeah, it's a huge difference. Back then everybody was like, "Oh, if you don't got no label or you not signed, it's like, are you really doing it?" I appreciate my journey because my journey is different, right? So, of course, I came up with people I've seen, been in the studio with Chris Brown before he was Chris Brown. I've been in the studio, been around Neo before he was Neo, when he was Schaefer. So, I've seen these things transition. I've seen it happen where it can literally be not overnight, but it could literally happen just like this.
Yeah.
And I am honored that I am a true independent artist, not an independent artist and I'm not, taking away from, independent artists that started off with a label and then decided to do it independent, but they came with their audience, right? I had to come with my audience and build it organically, which is hard,
Mm,
especially in a world full of oversaturation, right? The
yeah.
biggest thing is social media. It's the biggest gift an independent artist can have, right? Also the biggest curse, because it's so many different people who have access to the same tools.
Mm.
right? So you have to be able to, as an independent artist, be able to figure out a way that's going to set you apart. But what I've learned over the years, I'm be honest with you, even starting off, I've always had a voice. I've always had a pen. My pen game has always been amazing. And I'm not saying that in a cocky way. It's saying in a way like I listen to a song like, oh shoot, I can't believe I said that. Okay, Benita, I see you, you know. But I will say that now I can appreciate the journey that I have been on. I can appreciate it
Mhm.
more than before. I can appreciate the time that was needed to get me here because I was all over the place. I knew how to write, I knew how to sing, but I didn't have a mission. I didn't have a purpose, right? It
Mhm.
was, I just want to sing and be famous. Now, honestly, I could care less about being famous. You know what I mean? It's
Yes.
more so of what can I build an audience for that my voice is heard, that I could instill in anybody listening to me. Continue to pursue your dream. Don't let nobody hold you back. Continue to look at yourself and love yourself.
Mhm.
Like, love yourself wholeheartedly so that if there is a person that's for you, a man that comes for you, a partner that comes for you, a venture a business venture that comes for you, you love yourself so much that you are bringing yourself wholeheartedly into the situation, that is magic thing going to be made. It's going to
Mhm.
be absolutely amazing. And so my biggest thing is self-care, loving yourself, um breathing life and being happy even in the midst of trials and tribulations, knowing that it's temporary. The happiness is temporary, the sadness is temporary. How can you push through it? How can you continue to push through it? How can you continue to let people know that the Most High is absolutely amazing and that he don't do anything. He don't do anything without a plan. He has a plan. He's the biggest script.
Yep.
He's the director of all.
Yep.
So I'm just here. I'm just happy to be able to share my gift. And if it translates to somebody, if it translates to one person, and that one person shares it to another person, I'm happy with that. That's what I'm here for.
You know what I'm getting from this
Yeah.
is the things that you like went through in the past as far as your career and everything. God wanted you to see and hear many things for him to shape you to who you are today. So Bonita today is a healed version, a loving version,
Yeah.
a peace version,
Yeah.
boundary person.
Yes.
Like you are
Yes.
all of that right now at
Yes.
this current
Yes.
moment. And
Yes.
it's so crazy because a lot of people don't think about the
Hmm.
ending
Yeah.
of like right now
Yeah.
and the direction you're going into, you're going to start receiving your blessings.
Yeah.
And
I received that.
it's coming.
I
It's
received that.
coming. It
Hmm.
really is. I really see it. Like
Yeah.
I really do. Like I
Yeah.
have like full blown confidence
Yeah.
that your time is coming and you just gonna blow up independently
Yes.
in so many ways to a
Yeah.
point. It's gonna be something that you can't even
It's gonna
understand.
be like I'm not even because right now the blessings and the when the things that I manifest and just think of, I'm very careful on the words that I say. I'm very
Yeah,
careful on the thoughts that I think because the way that God has been moving in my life, I have to be very cautious of
you
those things
do.
because of the energy, because of the energy that I am bringing. Because I'm not the norm. I'm not selling sex. I'm not. Of course, I write love songs, but I'm not selling to how do you say, it's empowering, right? To be able to
Yeah.
take our power back as women, right? But I'm
Mhm.
not flaunting it where I'm taking my power back so you're gonna see my whole behind. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so that in itself is going to be hard because we are in the industry that is surrounded by that, right?
Yeah.
So to be set apart from that is already going to be hard. The attacks are already going to be there. So I have to be very cautious about what I let into my energy, what I
You
let
do.
into my spirit, what I let into my life, who I let into my life, you know?
Yeah.
And they can't stay long. That's what I'm learning. Even
Mhm.
the hurt that I've been through, last year was a really rough year. This year was an amazing year, but God is still picking out the weeds
Yeah.
of the ones that was still there and I couldn't see them. They was hiding
Yeah.
behind. So that being said, I receive what you're saying because it's confirmation. before, old Bonita would have been like, "Oh, you mean that? You say that?" And I would be like, "Oh, I don't know if you believe. I don't know if I believe it, or am I worthy for of it? I am 100% worthy of it.
I could
Nothing is a
tell.
shock to me anymore. Any
I
blessing
could
that comes
tell.
is I'm thankful for it and I'm grateful for it. But I am worthy of it. I'm not shocked anymore. I'm like, okay, God, do your thing. Let's go. Let's
Mhm.
go." Yeah.
Yes, it's like we're all like good people
Yeah.
with good spirits and everything. It's like most of our time is coming because we've been so patient, we've been so
Yes.
obedient, we've been so resilient from many things, and that's why I like understand that so much coming from you, you know?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay. What made you decide to stay independent rather than sign with a major label? And what do you see as the biggest advantages as challenges began to, as far as you being an independent artist?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm very close to a lot of some of your favorite artists, Cardi, and that's the best part of getting those inside tips. That's like,
Mm,
okay, be very careful. And me being a songwriter, and wanting to have control, and not really control, but you know what I mean. Being
yeah.
able to express my testimony, what I want to speak on, when I want to share my experiences. Being an independent artist is the best part because I can write, I can collab, I can drop when I want. I don't have to have the pressure of, oh, I got to put this album out now. I got to do this. And I would love to have a team, but it would have to be right. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I would have to have, at this point in the game, I've been in it so long. At this point in the game, and I know with record labels like that, that's not possible. I'm like, okay, so then that's not possible for me. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
like, can I get a partnership? Can I get a percentage of something? Can I, I want ownership more so of just giving my likeness away.
Mm,
Um, that's why I'd rather stay independent right now. And I would love to be independently major. You know what I mean? Like, if
yeah.
there is um a independent label who have the same values of me as the same values of as me, the same morals as me, who believes in I don't want somebody just because, oh, I'm hot right now, they want to jump on. I want them to actually believe in my brand, believe in Bonita Jalane. And I feel like the sky's the limit if that's the case. And God is making a way. He's gonna put those people in my life, and I have to trust that, and I have to believe that. So I'm gonna keep going until I find that, till it finds
Um,
me.
I know that's right. Yes. How how has being independent influenced your ability to make a creative decision, especially when it comes to your sound, branding, visuals, and like the So High music video?
Oh man, like, just to be able to I mean, it started off, I mean, I got the bug a long time ago with helping, watching how people direct my videos and different stuff. And I've always been a creative. I'm not only my songwriter, I write stories, I write poems, I paint. And so all of those things, I have a dream, I have a vision of something. I'm like, okay, how can we make this translate into something? And it started off with my song Viral. I have a song called Viral, that I put out this year, just entailing my situation that I had went through last year. And I directed the whole thing myself. I wasn't even supposed to
Mm.
be in the video, but it's so crazy because we did a casting call, and the main girl that I actually picked, that last minute, the day of shooting, she could not make it. I was
Oh,
mortified as an independent artist to have put in all that work, but it was God, because it just made me tap into my creativity even more. And I changed it to the lens, like I changed it to the lens is me. You get what I'm saying? Like, so the camera
yeah.
lens. So I wanted you to see the point of view from my end. Like, so you didn't see me until the end of the video. Though all you saw was my hand, you saw my leg,
Yeah.
because it was, and so I felt like that made me stronger, and it made me just think outside of the box. And so it started with that one. And then with So High, it was a complete vision that I had. It was a complete manifestation. I wrote it out. It was crazy dream. I wrote out everything, and I put it in my phone, and then I wrote out the treatment and everything. I reached out to a good friend of mine, Passionate, who she knows a lot of people out here, and she started facilitating like the venue where we have it at, which God did all of it. I'll be honest with you, because the same day that I had the dream and the vision for the video, that same night I went to this event that Takara was having. She was used to be a top model. She was having this meditation, prayer, sound bowls meditation event. And when I went into the venue, I was like, "This is the venue for my dream. Like, this
Mm.
is literally it." And so I said, "Passionate, do you know the people that own that?" She said, "Yeah, that's my boy." And it was amazing how it all played out. Got that. Called my other friend who me and him partnered up. He has a whole bunch of old school cars. Anybody out there want some old school cars? Holla at me. We got the really nice ones. If you like the
Okay.
one from the video,
Yeah.
then you were like the ones that we got. And I was like, you know what? I want the drop top one. We put that one in there, and the sky was the limit. And I'm happy that she was able to get a team. So my mom was basically on the team. My the producer on the record was on the team. My assistant that was helping me out was on the team. My driver who sometimes does security for me, he was on the team, and he was in the video. So it was a collective event. They was able to see what I wrote out, and I was able to also be the artist as well as have my vision come across, if that makes sense. And
Mhm.
that was amazing.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was. It was
Yeah.
beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
It
Thank you.
was.
And shout out to Head Crack, who was able to take what we did. It was a miscommunication on how we shot like some of the clouds and everything
Uh-huh.
on instead of, because we was on a big screen. So instead of having us on a green screen, we had the clouds behind us. It was a miscommunication with the videographer, and he was able to take it and edit it and add the clouds in it the way I wanted the clouds to be. And I'm so grateful for my friend for doing that for me. So shout out to Head Crack. He was in the video. He did a cameo at the end, but he also did the
Okay.
edit on it. So I'm free. I'm
Okay.
grateful.
That's
Multi-talented
awesome.
people.
Yes, I
Yeah.
see.
Hmm.
So what do you hope listeners take away from So High, and how does this song represent where you are musically on your journey?
Oh man, so high. I feel like I always say, like, when we went to the studio, it was a heavy time. Like, I had just lost a good friend of mine, right?
Oh,
And
sorry.
yeah, I had just reconnected with somebody that I've known for years, and helped me on my first project, right? And so when we went to the studio, it was a heavy time, but it was always a happy time because we were so happy to reconnect with each other to work on this record. And he worked on a record while he was incarcerated, and it was crazy because he worked on the track while he was incarcerated, but he had no lyrics. And he was like, "This is your song, Bonita, this is your song." And we kept talking about So High, and I kept getting like messages, like it was, and I swear people would think that I'm making this up. And I don't like to say I swear, sorry. People would think I'm making it up, like literally down to I was getting my lashes done, and on the radio the preacher was like, "I'm so high." Like, it was crazy. I was like, okay, wait. And now that was the day I was flying out. I was like, are you trying to tell me
Hmm.
something?
Like,
Then
wait a minute.
I'm on the plane and I'm looking outside in the clouds,
Mm.
and I'm like, so high. How can we, like, and I'm thinking of it, but I still wasn't writing any lyrics because I was so heavy, like just losing my friend. As soon as we went into the studio, I was thinking clouds. I just kept thinking clouds. And we get into the studio, in the booth on the top is clouds. I
What?
couldn't make this stuff up if I wanted to. I couldn't make it up if I wanted to. So it just was like all this stuff started happening, and when I tell you, when I was writing it, it was like coming out like. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes I write, and sometimes I'll go into the studio in the booth like a rapper in my head. I think that's my start of being around all these rappers. They
Yeah.
think that I'm a rapper. And I went to that booth and I started freestyling at first. And it just came out, it's like I'm luminescent to these blessings, can you see it? And I was like, okay, wait, who says that in the first place? Luminescent to these blessings, can you see it?
Mm.
Luminescent is clear. Of course, you need to see it because it's clear. It was just
Yeah.
like, okay, God, I see what you're doing with me. I see
Yeah,
what you're
you
doing with
you
me.
you dropped one saying that. You was about to turn into Twister.
Yes. Translucent to these human entities, so I go missing. That is my boundaries. That is my letting you know that I'm not. I disappear when you start acting weird. You get what I'm saying? Like all of
Mhm.
that. it was like my Soul High was a testimony, and he just been using each song that I've been writing from this project has been testimony after testimony. Like it's been manifestation after manifestation. So I'm so appreciative of the now. You know, we always look at the future, right? Where's my future
Yeah.
gonna be? Where I'm gonna be? I see the future. I do see that it's a beautiful thing, but I need to learn and I need to appreciate this journey right now,
Yeah.
because you only get
Yeah.
this one time. The future can be something totally different, you know, but I'm appreciating it right now going into that. I appreciate my past because it taught me lessons that I'm still learning and I'm seeing them now. And my present right now is the most powerful.
It is. It
Yeah.
definitely is. So you have a beautiful voice, and
Oh, thank
I
you.
want our listeners to get a snippet. Um,
We trying to put me on
I-
the spot.
yes, I am. Yes, I am. Your favorite part of the song.
Uh-huh.
Just sing a little bit of it.
My favorite part, so many favorite parts. Okay, I'm a little hoarse, but I'll sing it for you guys, okay?
Okay.
You can call it favor if you want to call it. They always want a label. Can't see how I'm soaring high above. I'm in the clouds, still got my soul, but I'm floating on water with blessings like no other. I'm in my lane, the right lane, Bonita Jalane. It was written in the sky by the Most High. That is why.
See what I'm saying, girl? Listen, if I could drop this mic right now.
I'm sorry. And that's not full voice, but you know, I'm a little hoarse,
Yes.
but I'm still like I if you ask me to sing, this is my gift, I'm gonna sing.
Yes. It's
You
the
know.
lyrics for me, honey.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank
So
you.
what are some of the key things you've learned from sharing the stage with artists like Chris Brown, Monica, and Fantasia?
Oh, okay, so each one gives a different kind of feel. When I shared the stage with Chris Brown was Chris Brown. Chris Brown was Run It. Chris Brown was yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was Chris Brown, and it's crazy because the month prior, I was an intern at Vibe magazine and I was running around with him, and he was like, he had just opened up the Vibe magazine awards. It was huge in LA, and he was like, and we were backstage and he was like, how did I do? Right? And I'm like, you did so good. And, da, da, da. And then the next month I opened up for him. It was a Doritos thing that Vibe was doing, and he was the main act, and I got it, they put me on the stage, and um it was he was big by then. It was like he was Chris Brown. Like it went from how did I do to, you know what, you keep going. I'm proud of you. Like cause I opened up for him. Like, don't give up. And I'm like, what? But it was amazing to see that transition. So that's what I got from Chris Brown. And every other time that I've seen him, he just kept getting bigger and bigger. But he always showed love. He always gave me so much love. And I haven't seen him in years. Like I mean, like 10+ years. But the last few times that I've seen him, it was all love. Now Fantasia. Okay, I'm gonna do Fantasia last because that's my favorite person in the whole wide world. One of them, Usher's my first favorite person, but Fantasia is my second favorite person. I mean, as far as a artist, celebrity. Monica. So Monica, she gave season, she gave sultry, she gave like this is my voice. Like you're gonna sing my songs. I'm not even gonna sing part of the songs. Like here, you sing it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what she gave. She gave the attention of the stage. She taught me that to demand the stage. Watching her go across, from the different sides and interact with the crowd and just be that's what I got from her. Now Fantasia. I got all around. I've opened up for Fantasia. I've opened up for Fantasia once. Well, actually twice. I've opened up for Fantasia twice, and then one time Fantasia gave me the microphone and
Ooh.
snatched it back from me because she was like, like because I killed it. So that's still on YouTube to this day. And but Fantasia gave me authentic. Fantasia give me, you're gonna get all of me and it's all of this anointing, whether you like it or not on this stage. You're gonna get me and I'm gonna throw my shoes off and I'm just gonna, just give you my whole heart and soul. That's what Fantasia gave me. That's what makes me leave everything on the stage. Like you like my music. If you come see me perform, you're gonna be like, okay, yeah, what's going on? Like I really do give an experience. I give my whole heart. I talk to you guys. I love interacting and I put on a show. And I definitely got that from all the different artists that I look up to.
So you are known for leaving the
Mhm.
audience breathless. So what do you focus on to make each performance memorable and impactful?
My biggest thing is make sure I hit my notes. No, but also making sure that it feels good to me, right? So if it feels good to you, that energy is we are energy beings, right? So if it feels good to me, it's going to translate to the audience. And so yes, you're gonna get the record. Yes, you're gonna want to sing along to the record. But when you get to see me live, you get to see not just the vibe, you get to see singing. Like, okay, yes, I'm
Mm,
a vibe on the record, but you get to see, no, I know how to sing. Like, okay, you get to see all of that. You get to see me being able to keep up my breath. You get to see the seasonedness of all these years of performing that I
mm.
appreciate being seasoned. And
Sure.
that's what you get to see. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
So how has recognition from major outlets like BET, Fox News, Rolling Out Magazine influenced your career and how you connect with your audience?
You know, but it hasn't really influenced my career. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
I'm just appreciative and grateful for it because
That's
it's not
good.
about the fame for me. It's just another. It's more outlets for more people to know who I am. So each one of those is like I appreciate you because on this journey I need you.
Mm,
You're just giving me a bigger audience to have one, a voice to be heard. You know, it's an honor to be able to be in those outlets, stuff that I grew up looking at, that you get to see all
yes.
your favorite people and you're like, I have an article. Like they talked about me. That's all. That is that little Bonita Jalane, that little girl who just wanted to sing. That's me. If I can go back in time and say, "You're doing it, baby. This is." A lot of people, and I don't want to get emotional, a lot of people get caught up on I haven't made it yet because I'm not this, I'm not doing that, and da da da. What I've learned in this journey and right now is I've made it. I get to do something that I love most of the time on a daily basis. I get to do something and not just my grandmother and my mom heard it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that right there is making it. I get to do something where I haven't seen my cousins in years, and my cousin coming to introduce himself, like, "Hey, I watched your stuff. I love your video." I'm like, "You are my cousin. I know who you are." So
Yes.
that is, I get to make my mom proud. She gets to see. I mean, she gets to see. She was there when my song first appeared on the radio. She gets to see. She was there when I did my first sold out show at City Winery. Being on this journey with me is she gets to see that, and that what means the world to me right now. That's
Mm,
what means it. Like to
I
share
understand.
this and that little girl. I'm making that little girl who wanted to sing. I'm making her proud.
Yes. So you do have your hit single out, So High. What
Yes.
else do you have coming up?
Oh man, so I'm just pushing so high, really hard right now. I've been working on this project called Kept Kissing Frogs.
Whoa.
Kept Kissing Frogs is I put out another filler single, but it's not radio right now. We're pushing so high because so high is on radio right now. So that's like a lot of times people jump out of the a lot of times a single, it might pop a year from now. You never know when it's gonna pop, but you got to keep
That's true.
putting, and putting, your all into it, and that's what So High is. But Kept Kissing Frogs is a complete. It's like a written book. It's like a documentary through music, about everything that I was experienced on this journey, as well as the hurt, the happiness, the ups and the downs. That's what Kept Kissing Frogs is. And then Frogs is not like I'm such a hopeless romantic. hopefully, one day I'll find my king, my prince. I'll kiss the frog and he'll turn into the prince, right? But it's a play on that because frogs is not just about that, right? Frogs are um jealousy. Frogs can be negativity. Frogs can
Yeah.
be betrayal. Frogs can be anything that's keeping you from where you need to be, right? So on this healing journey, I kept kissing frogs. I kept with the up and down, work with this person betraying me, turning the door, all these different things. I kept kissing them, but I'm not going to keep kissing them. So that's why it's kept, because we're learning, we're growing from it. So then I turned frogs into forgive, release, overcome, and grow.
Man. So you
Forgive, release, overcome, and grow. And so high.
that is amazing. So, what advice would you give to artists starting out, especially those who want to make a name for themselves?
The only advice I can give you is to be authentically you. Do not, because I've done it and I've been there before, where I was like, oh, they're doing this. Let me try that. That'll work. Let me sing like this. Let me do this. Be authentically you, whatever that looks like. If you stick to one thing once you learn what it is and stick to it, it's almost like picking a major in college, right?
Mhm.
If you change your major to the one that you want it to be, you can change it 3, 4 times. Once you find what it is, stick to it. And do not, the biggest lesson and the biggest advice I can give you, do not compare your journey to anybody else's. Your journey is your journey. Depression, sadness, why am I not doing that? Am I good enough? Only comes when you're comparing your journey to someone else's. My wins are my wins. My win might not look exactly like Rihanna, Beyonce, Ari Lennox, Jill Scott. It might not look exactly like theirs right now, but they had to go through their journey, and I have to go through mine.
Yeah,
So don't compare yourself to nobody.
that is a mic dropper too.
Because the audience gonna do that anyway. They're gonna be like, she sound like this. She's not. They're gonna do that for you. So don't you
Yeah,
don't do it. Don't do it to yourself, please. Don't do it to
that is
yourself.
true. That is
Yep.
so true.
hmm
So, how can people listen to your music, follow you, or even contact you for any booking inquiries?
Definitely. You can contact me. I have a website. Is my name, which is bonitajalane.com. I'm the one that be on there. I'm the one that be moving the stuff around and doing it. So it's not, I try to update it as much as possible. So definitely go there. You can sign up for my newsletter. Actually, you can follow me on Bonita Sings. Excuse me, info is in my bio of who you can contact. If you want to have me on the shows and different stuff like that, you can reach out to Keisha Scott. Her info is in my bio as well. You can reach out to Angela McCoy. She does like a lot of my bookings for like shows and stuff like that. So I have some great women that's behind me. I do not have management right now, but you can reach out to me directly. You DM me and I'll send it to my team. And I am very big on responding. And just, if you want to just say, hey, you know, DM me. Hey
Like, hey, girl.
girl, hey.
Well, thank you so much for being on
Mhm.
my podcast show.
Yes.
Thank you for just being you.
Yeah,
I
thank
really
you.
appreciate you so much.
Thank you. I mean, thank you for having me. Next time I'm in Akron, Ohio. You're in Ohio, right?
Yep.
I'm coming to see you. So, yeah.
Yes.
Yes. How far are you from Cleveland?
Girl, like 40 minutes?
I was just in Cleveland. Yeah.
Shut
So,
up.
yeah. I went to go see, I saw Bruce
Oh,
at
did you? At
the
the
what was the
Funny
last
Bone?
track? The Funny Bone. Yep, at the Funny Bone. Yep. So that was fun. Yeah, Cleveland is cool. I got sick in Cleveland for the first time I got sick when I went to what is it, Columbus, Ohio? And then I
Yeah.
got sick when I went to Cleveland. I said, okay, I don't know what's going on in y'all water, but I got sick the second time. So hopefully the third time when I come see you or for a show or something, I don't get
O
sick. If not, then
okay.
I'm counting y'all out.
We ain't gonna put that out there, okay?
Right. Oh
Thank
man,
you.
that's funny. That's why when you I was like, go ahead, girl, you good. Because I remember I was just in Cleveland and that same thing happened to me.
For real.
Yep.
Well, thank you. Well, thank
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Thank you everyone for tuning in to Life Her Podcast. Remember to subscribe on the YouTube channel and make sure you listen to all of the podcast interviews on all social media platforms and also major outlet platforms that play audio podcasting. And have a blessed day.
Bye.
Welcome to Life Her Podcast, the podcast that guides you from the 9 to 5 grind to the freedom of your own path. Discover how to conquer life's challenges while pursuing your passions with unwavering faith. Because being an entrepreneur is not easy. So let's get to it.